your grandmom express her love? Did she smother you with hugs and kisses? Or maybe she smiled and said, I love you, sugar. Or maybe she even pinched your cheek. Like, oh, Narayan, you're so cute. Well, my grandmom didn't do any of that. Gare, who are you talking to? Excuse me, Mr. Contest Master, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests. Meet my grandmom. We all called her Meme. She truly was my favorite meme. Meme, meet Mr. Contest Master, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests. You young internet whippersnappers on Facebook, just remember, I was a meme before memes were cool. Meme had a hard time saying, I love you. What do you mean? I said it, but I said it with meatballs. It's true. Every time we'd go up to Meme's house in New Jersey, she'd be there stirring a big pot of meatballs, just for us. Well, you know what I say? Words have wings, but my meatballs stick with you for a long, long time. Not only that, but Meme was crafty. He means I made crafts. Can't you give that old joke a rest? But it's true. I could make anything from crocheted plastic mesh. She could. You know this? Crocheted plastic mesh? It's like plastic window screen crocheted. My grandmom used to make all kinds of things, like Christmas ornaments, like this one right here, for example. Ooh, look at her. Narayan, you're so cute. She made lots of Christmas ornaments. 857 Christmas ornaments. Our tree is covered with crocheted plastic mesh. We have a wooden tree, but it's still mostly plastic. And you know what? We love it that way. My German Meme married her Polish sweetheart, my granddad, who we called Beep. Well, you know what I say? For every pot, there's a lid, no matter how coom and booglish. That's so true, Meme. No matter how coom and booglish. What does that even mean, Grandma? It means that Beep and I were in love. Funny. Mostly I remember them yelling at each other. What? But you know, they were married in 1927. They had 4 awesome kids, including my dad here. And they lived together for 58 years, till death did them part. 58 years of yelling is what I call love. True, true. Meme and Beep built their little house on Bell Road in Mount Ephraim, New Jersey, shortly after they were married. And Meme, I've always been interested in architecture. In Who's-He Watcher? You know, in how they build houses. And I've always wondered, what was the construction of that house? Like, is it brick or wood? Oh, that's easy. It's crocheted plastic mesh. I remember that house. I remember one year my family drove back from Vermont to Virginia when we hit a horrendous snowstorm. By some miracle, we made it to Meme's house in New Jersey. It was 3 a.m. when we drove into the driveway. We struggled in through the blowing snow, opened the kitchen door, and smelled meatballs. I may have never said I loved him, but if meatballs at 3 a.m. ain't love, I don't know what is. Meme also loved us enough never to judge us, but she did give us evaluations. She did usually use the sandwich method. Mr. Paint Master, fellow Paint Masters, and especially Gare, you did a pretty good job painting that fence, Gare. Now how can we raise your painting to the next level? Next time I'd like to see you get a little less paint on the sidewalk, the grass, and your brother. But keep on painting, and I look forward to your next fence. Best of all, Meme would always finish her evaluations with a pithy saying. My favorite one was, I know. The older they get, the dumber they get. The older they get, the dumber they get. She said it a lot. And you know, looking at myself now, I had to think, Meme kind of had a point. You know, Gare, I'm going to change that now. When they get really old, they enter Toastmasters speech contests. Best of all, Meme and Beep used to take us on fishing expeditions in their old Volkswagen camper van. That car was the craziest thing. They bought it in Germany, but all the writing inside was in German. Really? Well, what do you expect? See what I mean? The older they get, okay, Grandma. I remember my brother and I would ride in the back of that car. And there was one particular placard in there that we absolutely loved. It had 2 German words on it. The first German word was gut. The second German word sounds like an English word that means flatulence and rhymes with part. I don't want to say the word, just in case there's gentlemen present. Well, Gare, gut part in German means, I know, it means good trip. I know it now. But you have to remember, to 2 teenage boys, this was the funniest thing we'd ever read. Well, Gare, all I know is you and your brother in the back of that van had many gut parts. If you get my drift. My grandmom, my favorite meme, showed her love in so many ways. Mesh and meatballs, in evaluations and expeditions. She didn't really need words. But you know, Grandma, I've always wondered about that expression, the older they get, the dumber they get. Well, doesn't that apply to you too? And I mean, at your age, that would mean, remember, nothing says I love you like meatballs, Mr. Contest Master.